In this lecture we will see how we can test hooks with React testing library, and we are currently looking at a hook implementation which I just wrote. I've chosen to create a hook based on the use array. Let's say I will have a hook that will save the state of an array and it will export back some array functions like push, like filter, like update, remove, clear, and that's it. This is a common hook. What's interesting in my opinion, this hook uses TypeScript generics, so it can hold anything like numbers, like strings, like objects, anything you can think of. This hook can hold them, and once it has a type for its main type, it will also have strong types throughout the whole implementation. If you want to learn more about the TypeScript generics, they are a great TypeScript feature. I will link a video with one tutorial which I made on YouTube. Now let's go to the testing part, but before that let's see this small hook in action. For this I've created another component called useArrayExample. Inside this component I'm simply using this hook which will save the state internally and will export these methods for arrays. And as you can see, since I'm using this array and I'm passing back an array of numbers, then you can see now all the types in this array are numbers. Now let's look at this implementation. On the top I will print the array elements, and then I have different buttons which will trigger different array functions like push, like update, like remove, like filter, like set, and in the end clear. Let's see this inside the browser. This is the hook in action. For example, I can add 5 right here and it will add 5 many times. I can change a element, it will change the second element to 8. Let's see, yes, this is working. Let's remove the second element. Let's only keep the numbers less than 3. Let's see what happens. Yes, only 1 will remain. Let's update the contents of this array to 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Yes, it works, and let's clear the array. Yes, and everything works as it should. On a manual test, let's now write a unit test to see if also the logic is as strong. For this I will create a new file, useArray.test.tsx. And what we can do, first of all, we need a describe block. And I've added multiple describes in this test because I want to write all the tests with numbers, and then maybe you can write a implementation with strings. And first of all, what we can test the initial array. Let's say when we are creating the hook, we provide a default value. Let's see if that default value is passed correctly. And I have created a initial array. In order to render a hook, a custom hook, and test it, we will need a function from React testing library called render hook. So for components we used render, for hooks we will use render hook. And now what we want to do is to render a useArray hook. So let me also import this useArray hook and let's call the render method. I will save it to a constant. So here I will say constant render result is our render hook, in which we can pass a function that will call our useArray. And then what check we can make? We can expect that our result will contain a result, and in that result we have a current field, and inside that current field we have the array. This array right here, the one internal to the state of the hook. Let me save this and let's see if it works. And since our project is growing, what I will do, using VS Code, I will copy the relative path of this test, this specific test, because our tests will grow, and I only want to execute this particular test file. For this I will create a new script. I'll call this test file, and let's call Vitest or Jest, and then I will paste the relative path to our hook, to our test file, I mean. Let's see if this is working. So I will call inside our script, I will call npm run test file. Let's see what we get. And it will only run our particular test, this useArrayTest.tsx. And yes, our component and our test works good the first time. Let's see now if we are able to add arrays or to add new elements to our array. So we start as before, we have a initial array and a render result. But what we want to do, we want to call the push method from the hook. How we can do this? We can do this inside a act function. So the act function, we use it when we actually interact with our components or hooks. We have the act function and we can call it downstairs. And this act function receives a function in which we can wrap our acting on hooks or components. And here we can say our render result, we have the current entry, and then we have all the options right here. We want to push an element to our array. Let's push, for example, the number 7. Now what we want to do, we want to make a check in which we should have our initial array and then with 7. I can manually write this, or even better, I can use the spread syntax. I can call our initial array and also let's add the number 7. Let's save this and let's look at the test. Yes, it added new elements to the array. If, for example, I have a mistake right here, let's say that I'm using or I'm expecting 8. Now the error message will be fairly clear and simple. You know, it says that it received 8, but it was expecting 7. Let's fix this and let's move on. From this point on, these tests are simple array tests. For example, inside an array test, we should also be able to change some elements of our array. Let me write the whole test and explain it. This is our test. So instead of adding or calling push, we call the update method at the index. And for example, we call it with 2. And then we are expecting our array at position 0, just like this, to equal 2. The same with removing elements from an array. Again, I will write the test and explain it. We will remove the element at position 1, and this time we are using a negation. We expect our result array to not contain the element 1, the one that we just moved, the first element. Let me save this. Let's see if everything is all right. Yes, everything is green. That's great. And the most interesting test, in my opinion, is the filter test. If we look at the filter implementation, there's not much implementation right here because we are calling the filter method and we should provide the callback as an argument. This means we can write the callback implementation directly inside the test, and as this callback, or it should be a predicate, which means that a function that returns a Boolean value. Let's write this implementation and let's say that we want to filter all the elements inside the array that are less than, for example, 5. Let me write the implementation. This is the implementation. We have again an initial array and we want to filter all the elements with this condition. Filter all the elements which are less than 5. And in this case, we should only have this 1, 2, 3, 4 array remaining. Let's see if we are green. Yes, we are green. So our implementation works just fine. As a implementation idea for you, I will let you to write as a homework a implementation for this hook, but with strings. And let me write first the test for you. This is the initial implementation, and what you should do on your own, you should write a test and a filter implementation. Let's say that we have this initial array with A, B, apple, and map, a string array. And what we want to do, we want to write a filter method that will remove all the elements in this array all the elements which are or which do not start with uppercase or start with lower case. You can write this implementation yourself and write it as a comment or as a Q&A for this lecture. We will move on now to the next lecture, in which we will see how a dynamic component can be tested.